Deep in the heart of Rivertown, a dense forest known as Whispering Woods lay shrouded in mystery. On a cold October evening, Emily decided to explore the woods despite the many warnings from the townsfolk. Emily was a curious young woman, always eager to debunk old legends and uncover the truth behind local myths. The townspeople had long whispered about eerie voices that could be heard at night, but Emily was skeptical and armed with just a flashlight and a camera, ready to capture her adventure. The deeper Emily ventured into the forest, the more unsettling it became. The trees seemed to close in around her, and the air grew colder than she'd ever felt. Suddenly, she heard a faint whisper, almost like a child's. She paused, heart pounding, and pointed her flashlight toward the sound. "Who's there?" she called, but there was no answer, just silence. Ignoring her rising fear, Emily pressed on. She reached a small clearing and found an old, abandoned cabin. Intrigued, she pushed the door open and stepped inside. The cabin was covered in dust, with cobwebs hanging from the ceiling. Emily panned her flashlight around the room and noticed a series of old photographs scattered on a table. As she examined them, she realized that they all depicted children, and each child had a look of terror on their face. Suddenly, the whispering began again, louder this time, and Emily could clearly make out the words, "Leave now." She spun around, but no one was there. The whispers grew more frantic, repeating the same warning. Emily's courage faltered, and a sense of dread washed over her. She stumbled out of the cabin, dropping her camera in her haste. She ran back down the path, the whispering voices following her, growing louder with each step. Emily burst out of the woods and didn't stop running until she reached her home. When she finally dared to review the footage from her camera, she was horrified to see, standing behind her in the cabin, the ghostly figures of the children from the photographs, their mouths moving in silent screams. She knew then that the Whispering Woods were not just a local legend. They were a warning, and she had narrowly escaped becoming the next victim. "What happened to you?" she whispered to the screen, but she knew she would never return to find out. The legend, after all, was true, and some mysteries were meant to remain unsolved.